What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Recently, Hims reported their Q4 2024 earnings, and after markets today, they're down around 17.56%, even after beating on EPS and revenue. So we're going to go ahead and break that down as there is a lot to dive into. So let's go ahead and get started here. We do have Hims coming in at around 42.30 right now. Actually perfectly sitting on my support that I have right now, and then my next support to the downside is going to be 42.25. We have a lot to talk about in this video, so let's go ahead and talk about earnings before we finish with the chart. EPS wise, we did come in with 11 cents, which beat by 10% of estimates at around 10 cents. So EPS beat, nothing crazy, but 10% nonetheless, that is a good beat. Also, we had revenue come in at 481 million, and that beat estimates around 470 million. So they beat by a little bit over 11 million, which is obviously a beat. It's only 2%, but at the end of the day, they double beat. Obviously, I'm not happy about it being down after earnings. Nothing you can really do about that. I already bought some more shares. I can go ahead and jump into my position in a little bit. But I do own around 225 shares of Hims now, down about $1,000 right now, 1,500 in after hours. As we do continue to drop a little bit, I do not expect this to last for long, guys. They really are not affected by the GLP-1 stuff, which people continue to think that they are. It's 4% of their actual revenue, so that really isn't affecting them in the slightest. They have well over 50 products that they sell, and the recent Super Bowl ad added some statistics that stated that they increased their user website viewership by over 625% in about 2 weeks following the Super Bowl ad. So, Q1 2025 guidance is going to be pretty strong, in my opinion. I think that can draw the stock back up much higher, and that can happen very quickly. I'm actually kind of expecting a pump into the end of the week. I'm definitely going to be loading up on some calls tomorrow if we can find a clear bottom. But for now, obviously, we're looking a little bit bearish. We've actually had a pretty big drawdown from highs now, which came quite quick, down around 42% from highs. So I do expect this move to turn around much sooner than later. I do want to talk about a few things here. I'm going to switch over to the daily chart where you can see where our EMA is. It's going to be this red line at the bottom here. I do want to talk about some touch points here. So as I scroll out, you can see every time we've recently hit or gone below the 50 EMA. So right here are all my circles of the last time we went under 50 EMA. And then this white line right here, I'll go ahead and switch it to yellow. This is going to be my entry point. So this is where my average shares are right now. And you can see I went ahead and bought all of these under the 50 EMA. Obviously, I've brought my average up as I've gotten more shares. I believe in the company, so there's no problem with me doing that, in my opinion. But buying under the 50 EMA is one of the best things that you can do in this company. This move right here is 65%. I already did this because I was very interested. Around 62% right there. The next time if you had bought below the 50 EMA, that would have been another 80% right there. And then the time after that is when we got this absolute monsters push, which would be around 200%. If you guys would have just bought under the 50 EMA every single time that Hims pumps, which is quite often, this stock is a good stock. So once they do get that valuation that comes back in and says, guys, they beat on earnings, why is the stock down? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, why is the stock down? And then it pumps like it has been, just like last quarter where they beat on earnings and were down and then rallied over 40% in the next 3 days. So I can expect something like that to happen. If they do get below this 50 EMA, I'm probably going to buy another 100 shares. I'm going to be so overweight on that position because I'm going to have so much. But this is a company that's going to survive long term. The GLP-1 stuff isn't affecting them as much as people think. I understand it's going to affect them, but that's 4% is $20 million to them. That is not a difference maker when they are making $3 billion a year and guiding out even more growth. It really isn't going to affect them. Obviously, it's a hit to the business. Of course, you don't want to lose, $10 million. No one does. But it's not going to affect them long term. This isn't going to be a make or break thing for this company. They spend $150 million on revenue a year, or sorry, $150 million on marketing a year to make this company get out there. And once people start to understand what this company does and start to see that, those marketing skills are really, really going to get people attached and addicted to these products. And you've already seen it happen quite a bit with all this Ozempic, hair loss, etc. Age, reducing age is what they're coming out with now. I don't understand how that works. I haven't looked yet. Obviously, I'm beautiful and young, so I don't got to worry about it yet. But once I get there, I'll definitely be investing in some anti-aging medicine from Hims. But I really do believe in this stock long term. I do think that they are a future healthcare, giant. whether that is 100 billion, whether that is 200, 300, 400 billion. I do expect this company to reach 100 billion market cap within before 2030. I'll go ahead and say that, and I'm pretty confident in that. That is another 5 6x from where we are today, and obviously that would benefit my portfolio well. So let's go ahead and jump into my position real quick before I go ahead and end this video. You can see I am down. Actually, let me move my camera here. You can see I am down around $1,686, or around 15.58%. To me, it sucks, but you kind of just look at it and then you remember what this company does, what investing is like. You invest on those red days, especially with a company like this, guys. But I am only up around 48% after being up around 170% not too long ago. So we are getting back down to a point where I am much more comfortable adding shares. Yes, it is hard to see, $7,000 go. But at the end of the day, there's market fluctuations. It's a volatile stock. You are in a small cap. That's what you have to expect. And I know that. So I'm not scared of where the company is going short term, because I know where the company will end up long term. So if that makes sense to you guys, I would definitely recommend buying some more shares of HIMS if you guys are feeling comfortable with that. But I would recommend this as a buy if you're looking for one. I think this is a good time. Down around 20% in the after hours now. I might have to end up buying some more here. For the video, we'll buy another 5 shares, another 200 bucks. Let's throw it at that. All right, sweet. Now we're up to 230 shares. Brought our average up to 28.15. Still a great average. But that is really going to be it for me, guys. That was HIM stock. Unfortunate earnings beat, but stock is down after hours. I expect a 20% day sometime this week. Definitely going to be loading up on those calls, and I expect those to be multi-baggers. So if you guys want to get more information like that, go ahead and click the link in the description down below and join up on our free Discord, where we have over 500 plus profitable members over there. I'll see you guys in the next one.